It was raining the night she made it. Not because she wanted to, but because she had no other choice. Maria sat in her tiny, dimly lit room, staring at the invitation clutched in her trembling hands. It was for the annual city charity gala, a place where dreams could be made, where people in power met people with vision. She had been invited not because she was someone important, but because she worked as a part-time cleaner in the building where the event would be held. The event organizers, feeling pity, gave her an extra ticket. She had nothing to wear. No dress. No shoes. Nothing that would fit into that world. She tried thrift shops, but even the cheapest gown was beyond her budget. Rent was due, her little brother needed school fees, and there was no way she could waste money on herself. So, she opened her small cupboard, took out a roll of large black trash bags, scissors, and tape. Her hands moved slowly, shaping the plastic into something that resembled a gown. She cut, folded, taped, and stitched with old thread until the dress took form. It was not perfect, but when she put it on, her reflection smiled back with a kind of magic she hadn't seen in years. The night of the gala, Maria stepped into the grand ballroom, her heart pounding. Chandeliers dripped golden light, and laughter floated in the air. She felt hundreds of eyes on her. Some looked at her with confusion, others with mockery. But she kept walking, her head held high. In a quiet corner of the room stood Alexander Reed, the city's youngest self-made millionaire CEO. He had built an empire from nothing, yet behind his sharp suits and calm smile was a man who understood struggle. Alexander noticed her the moment she walked in. Not because of the dress itself, but because of the way she carried it, as if she wore a gown of pure diamonds. Throughout the evening, whispers followed her. Is she serious? That's made of trash bags. But Maria didn't let it show. She mingled politely, served drinks to an elderly lady when no waiter was nearby, and even helped a man pick up papers he dropped. Her kindness never faltered. Later, when the speeches began, the host invited anyone with a personal story of resilience to share. No one stood up. Then Maria, trembling but determined, walked to the stage. She spoke about how life had given her nothing, no family fortune, no fancy education, only the will to keep going. She told them about raising her little brother after their parents passed, working double shifts, and making her dress that night not to impress but to remind herself that beauty comes from confidence, not price tags. When she finished, the room was silent. Then applause erupted, and in the front row, Alexander Reed was on his feet, clapping the loudest. After the event, he approached her with a warm smile. You turned what others throw away into something unforgettable, he said. That's the mark of a true creator. They spoke for hours, not about business or wealth, but about dreams, family, and hope. Over the next months, Alexander helped fund her small fashion business idea, dresses made from recycled materials, turning waste into wearable art. The business flourished, and with it, their friendship deepened into love. A year later, on the same gala stage, Maria stood again, but this time, in a gown of shimmering fabric she had designed herself. Alexander stood beside her, not just as the man who had once noticed her across the room, but as her partner in life. Their story became known across the city, a love story born not from wealth, but from the courage to show up exactly as you are. So if you're watching this, remember, your worth isn't in the brand you wear, but in the heart you carry. If this story touched you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs hope today, and don't forget to subscribe, because sometimes, the most beautiful love stories are the ones nobody expects. If you want, I can also make you a highly emotional 12-image prompt set for this story so it works perfectly in a YouTube video flow. Would you like me to do that?